Hi Imagineers, this is Jen from Imagination Menagerie coming to you with another unboxing, this time Inside Out. Okay, so it's Monday, not Tuesday, Monday the 2nd, and I'm getting Inside Out, and you're probably wondering how'd you do that? Well, I pre-ordered this movie from the Disney store this time. Ooh, look, that's what it says. Ooh, look, it's magic. And yeah, it is magic, as I'm getting it a day early. So anyways, I'm going to open up the USPS box. All I've done so far is cut away the plastic, the shipping tape. I'm going to open this up and, ooh, pretty. I do have to say the box for Inside Out is absolutely gorgeous this time. So much color, so much life. So I got the Blu-ray of the movie. We'll go over that in just a minute. And here's the paperwork from, my order. What is this? Oh, trying to get me to join join and get a Disney Chase Visa card, which I probably ought to do since I buy so much Disney stuff. Alright, so it's also trying to get me to join the Disney Movie Club, which, again, I probably ought to do. Anyways, ooh, looky. The lithographs, this is just as gorgeous as the box. I'm going to move this over for a minute, close the box back. And here are the lithographs. This is what you get if you pre-ordered through Disney Store. Here is the leaflet. Ooh. So all the memories kind of sprued out across the back of the envelope, which is just gorgeous. Well, let's take a look at the lithographs themselves. Widescreen formatted lithographs, which are really nice. I'm going to try to bring the camera up a little bit so you could see them. I'm so glad that they put him in this, since what he does in the movie, not going to give it away, but what he does in the movie to save everyone. I do have to say that I really like that. I'm not even going to tell you his name because I don't want it to give it away. Anyways, so, great picture. I love the pose that Sadness is doing right there. I love the facial expression. And I love the action element going on with Joy behind there. This is the scene where Riley suggests to go get pizza, and the mom goes, "That's a great idea," because they're kind of bummed that the dad has to rush away to work, and they just got there. Anyways, they go into the pizza parlor, or the pizza, restaurant, and there is broccoli on the pizza. There's only one kind of pizza, and so this is when Anger goes, "Congratulations, San Francisco, you run pizza. First the Hawaiians, now you." So, yeah, anyways. I think that's the scene. I could be wrong, but I think that's the scene. And then the, memory train or whatever, I forget what it's called. That's great too. That's great that he's still in another one, and there's Sadness and Joy. And it's like trailing behind them. It's like disappearing as it's trailing. That's really cool. And the background. Check out the background in the background. It's pretty cool too. Anyway, so yeah, these are the lithographs, and as you can see, the background of the envelope that they come in. And yeah, this is Jen from Imagination Menagerie. Signing off. I will be doing the unboxing of this momentarily. Alright, stay tuned. Thanks. Alright, Imagineers, I'm back. I'm taking the liberty of removing the plastic from the Blu-ray box. So this is the slipcover. Again, it's gorgeous. I love how the blues go in with the blue in the background. The circular memory balls. I think that's great. I love how all the characters are kind of stanced around in their usual kind of pose for their characterization. So Disgust is looking disgusted, and Joy is looking all gorgeously beautiful and joyful, and Fear is looking like tormented in fear, and Anger's just looking completely ticked off. Cute, but completely ticked off. And then Sadness, adorable little blue Sadness. You have to love Sadness. Anyways, so here's the inside out slipcover. Here's the back. We'll go over that in just a minute. Gonna move this over to the side. And here is the box to inside out. So as you open it up, this is the DMR and digital copy paper right here. And then as you open the box up even further, this is the feature Blu-Ray disc. And then there must be a ton of bonus features for this film, because usually the bonus features on the feature disc for the Blu-ray. That's at least what happened with Aladdin, the last Disney Blu-ray release. So there must be a ton of extra features for this film, because they couldn't fit it all in one Blu-ray. Which just, that should tell you something. So this is the feature. As you flip this around, this is the bonus Blu-ray. Again, ton of bonus features on this, must be. Or at least really long bonus features. They're actually digging in and digging really deep into the making of the film. Hopefully. I haven't put this disc in yet, so we shall see about that. And then the DVD. So now let's close this box. Close this puppy up. Now let's go over the background. So it says unlock this digital movie today. I love what they're doing with the Disney Movie Anywhere app. If you have not downloaded the Disney Movie Anywhere app, what are you doing? Especially if you have DMR codes and digital codes. You can take your movies anywhere, literally on the iPhone. You can take them anywhere. The iPad, you can take them anywhere. Your Google-based Android devices, you can take them anywhere. It's a free app. So it's a great thing to do. I have mine actually linked to my iTunes account. So all my Disney digital films goes directly to my iTunes. I don't have to open iTunes. I don't have to open up my computer. I don't have to open up iTunes on my phone. All I have to do is go to the Disney Movie Anywhere app, punch in the DMR code, aka the digital copy code, and voila, I have it in Disney Movies Anywhere. I have it in my iTunes. I have it on my computer if I wish to download it quickly. I have it on my phone if I wish to download it quickly, on my iPad. And the same holds true. My really good friend does it on her Android. So the same holds true to Android and the Google App Store. So totally, if you're not taking part in the Disney Movies Anywhere phenomenon, it's time to take the plunge. So, okay, enough about Disney Movies Anywhere. Okay, bonus extras. All new short, Riley's First Date. I cannot wait to see the rest of this. I've seen scenes of this, and it looks hilarious. Lava short film. Love Lava. If you haven't seen that ukulele-filled short film about Hawaii and the two volcanoes that love each other, then I beg of you to see Lava, because Lava is such a great short film. Alright, story of the story. Join Pete Docter, which is the director of the film, and the story crew as they walk through the process of finding this story. That's great. Paths to Pixar, the women of Inside Out. Ooh, that's interesting. Mixed emotions. Follow the filmmaker as they personify the emotions. Okay, mapping the mind. Exploring the fascinating workings of our mind. Our dads, the filmmakers. Into the unknown. The sound of Inside Out. And the misunderstood art of animation film editing. So there is quite a lot of bonus features compared to the Aladdin disc that we got. They're you know, I really do feel like the Aladdin. Okay, so this is disc 1, Blu-ray disc 1, and we're just going to go through it for just a minute. So, of course, the option to play the feature film, and then next is the bonus features. And even on the one disc of the Blu-ray, bonus features are quite fantastic. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Here we have Lava. Again, one of the cutest, most adoring short films I've seen in quite a long time. The soundtrack to that short film alone, holy moly. It's a great, great short film. I'm kind of pulling for it to win the Oscar, but that's just me. Alright, next you have Riley's First Date, and where Lava is really cute and the soundtrack is brilliant, Riley's First Date is that hilarious. It really is a funny, endearing, family-friendly short film that I think everyone's gonna be able to relate to. So the synopsis for the short story is that Riley's friend comes over, who just happens to be a boy, comes over to pick up Riley, and Riley's supposed to go skating, ice skating with her friends. And well, the parents, Riley's mom and dad, flip out, thinking that it's not just a friend function, but now it's a date. So two things happen simultaneously. The dad stays down with Jordan, the boy, and the mom goes upstairs and decides to play it cool by using words like fro-shizzle and what's the dealio and words like that people really don't use in English today. But anyway, she thinks if she plays it super cool, she's gonna get into Riley's emotions and be able to talk to her and be able to communicate and connect, and that goes south pretty fast. Anyways, so while that's going on upstairs, Riley's dad and Jordan are conversing at the table. Well, sort of. They're conversing with their emotions. So most of this short film is the emotions within the mom's head, the dad's head, Jordan's head, and Riley's head. And so the emotions are just kind of like the dad's getting ticked off because Jordan's being kind of just quiet and trying to play it cool. And really he's clueless to everything that the dad's doing, because inside his head is a bunch of skateboarders and rock and roll players, and he's just kind of clueless. And the dad, he's just getting ticked off because he feels like the dude is disrespecting him. And some things happen at the end that makes the film go from funny to absolutely downright hilarious. And yeah, it is Pixar at its finest right there. I mean, it's a really great written short film, and a great addition as a kind of a tag team for Inside Out, which was such an endearing film, as you could probably tell from my film review. And yeah, so that's Riley's First Date. Paths to Pixar, The Women of Inside Out, one of the best featurettes of the bonus features. It's all of the women that was associated with the creation of Inside Out, quite a few actually, talking about how they were when they were children, and talking about their paths in life, and how they ended up at Pixar, and how they ended up making Inside Out, and who they are as women, and what they kind of felt like their endearing qualities, how their qualities helped to affect the creation of Inside Out. Quite a left fielder right there. I was not expecting that. That featurette is quite brilliant. Next is Mixed Emotions. This dives deep into how Pete Docter, Jonas Rivera, and the rest of the filmmaking team, how they communicated with psychologists and emotional experts in creating the emotions for Inside Out, and what went into all that. So those are the bonus features for disc 1. Next, disc 2. Okay, we have Blu-ray Disc 2, the bonus features on Inside Out. So you have behind the scenes, deleted scenes, trailers, and subtitles on the first menu. And as we peep inside the behind the scenes section, we have Story of the Story, Mapping the Mind, Our Dads, the Filmmakers, Into the Unknown, The Sound of Inside Out, The Misunderstood Art of the Animation Film Editing, and Mind Candy. So I'm going to tell you what each of these are. I'm going to start with Story of the Story. This is literally how Inside Out was born. It was born from Pete Docter watching his daughter Ellie in the backseat grow up and starting to think different things. When she was a little girl, it was just, when she was a little baby, it was just all smiles. And then it grew into her thinking and her sighing and different facial expressions. And he thought about, man, what is she thinking? What is she thinking to have these expressions? Or, what is she thinking about? So that's how Inside Out was literally born, was a father wanting to know what a little girl thinks about. Which is just, that's why the film is so endearing. It's because it comes from a very endearing place. Okay, so all right. Mapping the Mind. Mapping the Mind was literally about the world of Inside Out. How did they create the world of Inside Out? So it was it took a while for them to make the distinction between making the brain and making the mind. And so it was literally about discovering what the mind might look like and talking with doctors and psychologists and biologists about, the neural pathways and things of that nature in the brain that could potentially become a very nice backdrop for the mind. So, very, very interesting. These two, I have to say, are very well laid out, very well produced. Lots of Pete Docter, lots of Jonas Rivera. If you guys like those two, totally the featurettes for you. Next, we're going on to something really fun. These are more, mind candy kind of things for the making of Blu-ray movies and such. This, however, is something really fun, and I'm going to dive into this. Our Dads, the Filmmakers is a featurette that was actually created by Michael Giacchino's and Pete Docter's daughters, Grace Giacchino and Ellie Docter. Just a little FYI note, Ellie Docter was actually the voice of Ellie in Up. So anyways, this is the young Ellie from Up. Anyway, so this, Our Dads, the Filmmakers, is a little short film about these two daughters following their dads around with cameras while they made the film and while they worked together and seeing each other and working together at, different places, one of which is Warner Brothers Studio in Burbank, California. And it's just the process of how the two dads work together and seeing the two girls be friends, and it's a really cool take on watching daughters watch their dads do what they do. So it's a really cool 14-minute featurette. Into the Unknown, The Sound of Inside Out is a 7-minute featurette, give or take, about sound editing and sound creation for a film so ambiguous like Inside Out. What do you make sound like what? And I know that just sounds completely like, what did you just say? But seriously, what do you make a memory sound like? What do you make a memory sound like as, a memory fades? What does that sound like? So the sound engineer, the sound producer, those are the two guys that are the primary people that speak in this, as well as Pete Docter, talking about how they figured out the sound of Inside Out. Then The Misunderstood Art of Animation Film Editing. It's like a 7.5-minute featurette that talks about how a film story is actually made and how the first run of the story for Inside Out looks nothing like the final film. and how film editing and animation is very different from film editing in a live action. It talks about animatics, it talks about storyboarding, it talks about how you edit the storyboards into the animatic and how sometimes those two don't flow, how there's sometimes a disconnect between storyboarding and animatic making, and what the editor has to do in the process of the two to make it ebb and flow correctly. That's what that's about. And then Mind Candy is a really cute 14-minute featurette / short film about the emotions. And so it's all about the mind, it's all about the emotions. It includes Bing Bong. Love Bing Bong. Bing Bong, Bing Bong. Okay, I had to, sorry. Anyway, so Mind Candy's all about the 5 emotions, including Bing Bong, in the mind. They're playful. You get a sense of what their character's really about. Anger gets ticked off a lot. Disgust is disgusted a lot. Fear is fearful. Guess what? A lot. And sadness is sad, and joy is joyful, and Bing Bong is Bing Bong. And they're all kind of interacting together in central control or control center or the command center or whatever, and having fun with one another. And it's all about that. So this is the second disc for Inside Out. Okay, Imagineers, now my review. First things first, I am completely, unequivocally enthralled, in love with this Blu-ray release. There's nothing that could be added to this Blu-ray that I can ascertain thus far that would actually fit, because there's so many special features. This is just a very well-developed Blu-ray disc. I don't know if it's because it's a Pixar movie, and this is Pixar Studio making this Blu-ray, and they know their fans, and they know that their fans want to know more about how they make their magic. I don't know if it's just because of that, or if it's because it's a Pete Docter movie. If you remember back to the Up Blu-ray release, the Up Blu-ray release had a ton of special features. It was chock full of extra goodies from Pete Docter and the gang for how they made Up a brilliant release. And I was crossing my fingers and hoping that this Inside Out release would be just as good, and it is. It's just as good. Is it better? I wouldn't say that, but I would say that it's just as good of a Blu-ray release. In fact, and it's an incredible Blu-ray release. And again, where I was really disappointed in the Aladdin release, this release did not disappoint. So let's get into it. I'm going to just say, right out of the bat, this release gets a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10 on the film quality, a 10 out of 10 on the sound quality, a 10 out of 10 on the digital HD capability with the Watch Disney Movies Anywhere app, or Disney Movies Anywhere app that corresponds with Disney Movie Rewards. That's a seamless thing already. I've already undid that and unlocked that, and that was seamless. So that gets a 10 out of 10. The special features, it gets a 15 out of 10 for me. It's that good. So let's just get into it. So the first Blu-ray disc is the movie, the short films, and the Path to Pixar, The Women of Inside Out, plus a few other bonus features. The second Blu-ray disc is all bonus features, from all of the deleted scenes to the trailers and commercials and all of that went with the film, and the story of the story, Mixed Emotions, Mapping the Mind, Our Dads the Filmmakers, Into the Unknown, and the Misunderstood Art of Animation Filmmaking. All is on disc 2. Actually, no. Mixed Emotions is on disc 1. All the rest that I just mentioned is on disc 2. So let's talk about these bonus features. The bonus features, if you liked the movie Inside Out, you will love the bonus features. It takes you inside Pixar. It takes you inside the making of the movie. It doesn't make you watch an hour and a half featurette to find out the different parts of how Inside Out was made. If you want to watch, let's say I want to know how Inside Out's story became its story, then watch the story of the story, right? Let's say I want to know why they picked the 5 emotions they picked. Well, watch Mixed Emotions. I want to know how they came up with the mind. How did they make it look the way that they did? Why did they decide on Mission Control and the memory bank and all of that? Well, then watch Mapping the Mind. See how it goes there? Yeah. And throughout all of this, the voice talents, the cast and crew, well, the cast is the voice talents, but anyways, the cast and crew are part of all of these, especially the story of the story, and the past of Pixar, the women of Inside Out. Those are different. The cast is definitely a part of those. And it just gets really deep inside the reason why they made Inside Out the way that they made Inside Out. So, I could not be any more happier with this release. And, so tomorrow, bright and early, if you guys want Inside Out, it's definitely worth the $24.95 price of admission. If you love the movie, you get the movie, you get the 2 short films, and you also get all of these featurettes with how the movie was made, which is pretty incredible, actually. Altogether, I think you get an hour and 20 minutes of featurette time, if I added all that up correctly, right there in my head. I think you get an hour and 20 minutes of featurette time for the making of. And the thing that I love the most about this, these bonus features, is that past the Pixar, the women of Inside Out, very wonderful featurette right there. Amy Poehler's involved. The voice of sadness is inside that particular featurette. Then, the head of animation and one of the heads of story and I think one of the art directors. All the women that were part of all of the women that were the major part of making Inside Out is in that, talking about their own story, talking about where they came from, talking about their humble beginnings and how they ended up at Pixar. It's a really great thing to watch, especially if you're a little girl or a younger woman or a woman in college or a woman trying to break into the animation industry. Highly recommend Past the Pixar, the women of Inside Out. So anyways, this is the Inside Out Blu-ray review, and this is Jen from Imagination Menagerie signing off. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And this is Jen from Imagination Menagerie signing off, and I will see you on the flip side.